that you've been able to give me that feedback. So today we are talking about how to reduce shyness and increase confidence every single day. You know, everyone is looking at becoming more confident. Everyone is looking to get more opportunity. Everyone, as parents, we are always, जब हमारे घर पे, I'm going to speak a little bit in Hindi as well so that more people can understand. हमारे घर पे जैसे लोग आते हैं, when we have guests, we call our children and we ask them, hey, can you sing a song? Because you want to show how confident your child is. Every parent has that dream कि मेरा बच्चा confident हुआ है. So how do we reduce shyness? How do we increase your confidence? How do we help you as parents become more confident? And how do we improve our children's confidence? That is what we are talking about in a minute. Confidence, ladies and gentlemen, exactly a confidence क्या होता है, right? What exactly is confidence? You see, confidence is merely knowing that you are comfortable with who you are. You are comfortable with who you are. You are not dysfunctional about it, and you accept who you are. It's about your conviction. It's about your beliefs, and it's about accepting yourself and being happy. Right? We think that confidence is about sometimes हमें लगता है confidence about arrogance. Sometimes we feel confidence is about winning. Sometimes we feel that confidence is about winning an argument or beating somebody down. And the world and society has a lot of different ideas when it comes to what looks confident. What exactly does confident mean? And really we need to examine ourselves. हमें वो examine करना है, हमें सोचना है हमारे बारे में कि confidence क्या है. Use the chat box, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me, what do you think is confidence? According to me, confidence is what? Use the chat box. Let us know what you feel is confidence. If some of you want to put a Hindi word for confidence, then go ahead and put a Hindi word. But it'll be really nice to understand, what do you feel confidence really is? Use the chat box, make it as interactive as possible. So this is what I wanted to share with you now. If you look at it, confidence helps us feel ready for life's experiences. सोचो इसके बारे में जरा. अगर आप confident हो, अगर आप में वो अच्छा confidence है, then आप ready हो जाते हो कि life के सारे opportunities और life के सारे experiences को experience करने के लिए you become ready. Because when you're confident, you say yes to opportunities, you say yes to activities, you say yes to things that come up in your life, and that makes you ready to experience it. When we are confident, we are more likely to move forward with people and with opportunities, not back away from them. देखो, in a social situation, if you are not confident, आप पीछे हटोगे, आप थोड़ा, you'll be a little careful, you may not move forward. And एक छोटा सा situation, एक छोटा सा scenario मैं आपको बताता हूँ. In a group setting, जब भी आप अलग अलग लोगों से मिलते हो, एक group में you enter, सब नए लोग हैं, you suddenly start comparing yourself with the best in that group. Not the middle, not the worst person, but the best. And then आपको शायद वो feeling आता है कि I'm not good enough, I can't match up, मैं उसके उतना अच्छा नहीं हूँ. And then you recline, you recluse, you go back like a clamp, you go into your shell. And then you lose out on all this opportunity. I wanted to share today, yes, Ankita is saying confidence means feeling sure of yourself and your abilities. Beautiful. Deepti is saying courage to overcome obstacles. Excellent, Deepti, because if you're confident, you feel that you will be able to overcome all that life throws at you. And that, I think, is really, really nice. Clary is saying it's about the belief in oneself. Again, focusing on conviction, self-belief, and what you stand for. That again is confidence. I also wanted to share today that we have a gentleman, a wonderful gentleman, Dr. Ajit, with us. He is going to be also taking the session along with me today, and both of us are going to be here, and we are going to hope that you will be able to, get a well-rounded perspective about confidence. Dr. Ajit, anything that you'd like to share as an opening for what confidence is?
Good evening. A whole lot of people who come to me every day, with regard to making the children better. One of the main things they ask me is that how to increase my confidence, because generally parents feel, and even they themselves feel, that they are not confident or their child is not confident. But confidence is not something that you generally press a button and it comes in a day or two. It takes time. So there are multiple factors that contribute to a child's confidence since we are doing unlock parenting. One of the main reasons why a child becomes shy or a child become confident is related to how the child's parents were behaving at home. For example, for authoritarian parents, that is means parents who are autocratic, or permissive parents, their children are more or less shy, whereas authoritative parents, that means the assertive kind of parents, their children tends to be more confident and less shy. So what are the factors that contributes to confidence, or how to build confidence, we will discuss to you during the course of this program. Over to Willie Broad George.
Thank you very much, Doctor. That was really insightful. So we need to now think through. We have Christine D'Souza who's saying confidence makes us look at life with a positive attitude. Very important statement. Positive attitude. Even if situations are not good, and I know I can change it. Again, that whole reference to हमारे अंदर क्या है, हमारा belief क्या है, हमारा self talk क्या है, हमारा convictions क्या है. What are the principles that our life is based on? And that again comes through this thing. Atharva is asking, what is autocratic? Good question. I'm putting it in, and we will have Dr. Ajit also look at answering that. But in the meanwhile, beautiful statement by Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States. He said, believe you can, and you are halfway there. Believe you can, and you are halfway there. I think that is an absolutely brilliant statement. So now we want to give you tips on how you can become more confident and how you can develop confidence in your children. That is something that you are here for, and that's why you're here in this particular session. And this is what we hope that we can do for you. So, first important point, experience your success. Experience your success. What is the meaning of experience your success? You need to experience the success. देखो, it's not about achieving the success. It's about experiencing the success. As parents, as teachers, आपके क्लास में 50 बच्चे होंगे, 100 बच्चे होंगे या 60 बच्चे होंगे. Only one child comes first. What about the rest? Right? So achieving success might mean that the child has done remarkably well or came first in the class or broke some records. But experiencing that success, as teachers, as parents, आप आपके बच्चों को success experience करवा सकते हो. You have to talk to your children in a way that develops their understanding of success, not as a final product but as a journey. As a journey. वो हमें देखना है, to experience that. आपके बच्चे को अगर 50%, if आपके बच्चे को 50% हमेशा मिलता था और अभी उसको 60% मिला, you can talk to your child. आप अपने बच्चों के साथ बात कर सकते हो. The questions you ask, the ideas you put in their head, the focus that you give them in the conversation, you can get them to experience that success. देखो, confidence does not happen overnight. Confidence goes up, down, up, down, up, down. More times that confidence is high than low. That is what we are looking at doing. We want our children to become confident because when children are confident, they take the right decisions. There are chances of making wrong decisions or taking wrong options are lowered. My mother used to tell me, Willie bro, do not take any decision when you're angry, hungry, or lonely, because these feelings, these emotions, these traits may create low confidence situations in you. And when you become low in confidence, you are at greater risk of victimization. You are at greater risk of getting preyed upon. And especially our girls and our boys, we want them to become very, very confident individuals so that they can experience the world. Experience is the word. Do not wait for your results to come. Do not wait for that that child to get first. Every little experience your child has, you can make that a success experience. और हमें वो देखना है. How can we create small little successes for children and allow them, उनको दिखाना है कि ये success था बेटा और ये आपको experience करना है. This is what we are talking about. So that slow, steady nurturing, I want to tell you, children are born confident. And then it is the experiences that they have based on their parenting, based on the parents, based on their immediate family, based on the school, based on their reference groups, that they start slowly and steadily either becoming less confident and more shy and recluse, or they start becoming more and more confident. Confident does not mean somebody who's talking a lot or, like me, jumping up and speaking really. That does not mean that I'm confident. Right? You want to understand confidence is being comfortable in your skin, knowing that you have a place in this world and knowing what is your calling and what you can contribute towards. It does not look like the hero, right? It may not look like the hero. And that is something that we need to think about. Use the chat box, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what you think about what you've heard so far. And I would now want to go ahead and tell you about have a ready reference of all the last successes that you have, that you experience, and build off these. So you have to understand that success is the biggest motivator. Success brings success. Success brings success. Now, parents, be careful. Teachers, be careful. Do not just be very generous with your words. Even if the child did not do something well, you say, oh, very good, beta, very good, very good, very good. You did very well. No. You want to play it well. You want to ensure that you created success, small successes, not low stake successes, small successes. And you don't want to be overtly generous or, just, you want to be frugal with your words. Use that opportunity to explain to children that they succeeded and they can start succeeding even more. And that is something that we need to think through. And the last point is the imposter syndrome. The imposter syndrome. The imposter syndrome is where people rise to a certain level of success and then they don't feel like it is theirs. Practice and own. You know what this means? Is a very beautiful point. And many teachers, many principals, many people in the education sector I have seen have the imposter syndrome. The imposter syndrome is जहाँ पे आपको लगता है there are some principals in this room, there are some very high achieving parents, कोई parents ऐसा है जो बहुत अच्छा किया है life में, but that imposter syndrome makes them feel like जो भी उनको मिला है, जो भी वो life में achieve किया है, जो भी success उनको प्राप्त हुआ है, वो success actually उनका नहीं है, वैसा उनको feeling आता है अंदर से, and that pulls them down और उनको लगता है कि they are not worth it. और उनको लगता है कि they are not good enough, और उनको लगता है कि शायद एक दिन they'll get caught out as a con. And that makes them less and less confident even though they are successful. So many examples you can see. आप जब भी किसी को बोलते हो, you go and you talk to somebody and say, अरे यार, you are so successful, you are inspiring, you are motivating. And instead of that person saying thank you, he says, no यार, ये तो fluke था, ये तो कोई भी कर लेगा, इसमें क्या है? And they disown that success that they had. Their brain, or rather our brain, reduces the level of happiness and achievement that we are having to a level, and reduces that level to a level in which we are generally happy with. Imagine if somebody walks up to you today, आज कोई आपके पास आता है और आपको बोलता है, oh, you look so beautiful today. what do? Do you know how to take a compliment? Simple छोटे छोटे चीजें like this आपको समझ में आएगा what that imposter syndrome means. अगर आप में imposter syndrome है, आपको लगा या if you're able to see कि imposter syndrome शायद आपके लाइफ में वो play किया है, so please use the chat box. Let us know if that is something that has happened to you. Dr. Jeet, would you like to share a little bit about experiencing success? Parents को ना बच्चों को बताना है कि सक्सेस को एक्सपीरियंस कैसे करते हैं. सो इफ दैट इज समथिंग दैट यू वुड बी हैप्पी to talk about.
Yeah, Willie Broad, your Willie sir has already told you most on how the imposter syndrome happens. It's a natural phenomenon. Not everybody is a part of it, like whether we agree it or disagree. We at some point of feel that we got it just by chance, or we don't generally accept that it is our hard work that has got us here. But then that's a part of life. You'll have to accept. What we need to do is minimize the effect of this and maximize the benefit of whatever successes we have. So what we were saying was that experience the experiences. In an Eastern culture like India or wherever, the Far Eastern culture, generally focus is on the destination. We want how much our children or we ourselves reach to. So when it comes to children, we expect 90%, 95%, 99%, 100%. So anything else we basically believe in a culture where we are either zero or we are 100%. So anytime the child achieves, the child who is getting 60% get 80 or 90%, we feel what is so great in that. There are a lot of other children who have done better. We minimize our children's success. That actually affects their confidence. So we, instead of saying that what is so great about yourself, instead of saying you have done a wonderful job and let us some sit and see how you can do even better, the child feels that yes, I have really achieved. So they start enjoying their success of what they did better today than what was yesterday. So that is what is talking about experiencing your experiences, and that is got a great impact on how confident we ourselves or our children become. So instead of looking at what is the ideal situation, look out what is we got and start enjoy the journey instead of just looking for the destination.
Thank you, Dr. Ajit. Now we are going to tell you certain tips on how you can experience success and how you can get your children to experience success. See, it's difficult. It's difficult to tell a child कि आपको ना इसका अनुभव लेना है, because experiencing something, I would say, is a higher order thinking thing. So first tip is look at you. Look at you. Look at the facts. आपने आपका लाइफ में क्या किया है, क्या छोटी सी चीज. आपने शादी के बाद आपके पास जॉब नहीं था, आपके हस्बैंड के पास जॉब नहीं था, शायद आपके पास घर नहीं था, एंड समहाउ यू टुक अ हाउस, और आप जमीन पे सोए. लुक एट व्हाटएवर यू वांट, बट लुक एट द फैक्ट्स जो एक्चुअली आपके साथ लाइफ में हुआ है. लुक एट द फैक्ट्स एंड टेक क्रेडिट फॉर योर अकम्प्लिशमेंट्स. देखो, इन आवर कम्युनिटी, इन आवर फैमिली, in our society, when a child comes and says, I am good at this, I did this well, मैं अच्छा किया ये, immediately parents or other people say, ऐसा नहीं बोलना, नहीं ऐसा नहीं बोलना. So many a times we slowly and steadily bring down the level of achievement and the level of success experiences for our children. Yes, हमें डर लगता है कि ये तो चने के झाड़ पे चढ़ेगा, the way they speak, right? But children need to experience the positive emotion associated with success, and that is something that is. So look at the facts. आप अपने लाइफ में आग बंद करके देखो आपने क्या क्या किया आपके लाइफ में. There's nothing wrong with it. That doesn't mean you're proud. That doesn't mean you're arrogant. That doesn't mean you are, all those, words that are narcissistic and things like that. It just means you are taking a honest look at what you did and achieved in your life. And that is very important. But look at the facts, okay? It's the facts that you should do. Write them down if you want to and own it. When I was 25, I wrote on a sheet of paper these 30 things that I want to do before 30. I wrote it down and I was able to achieve it. And I said, wow. And that's when things really start becoming real for you. Next point, ladies and gentlemen, model confidence. देखो, your children are looking at you as the model of everything, right? So you want to model confidence to your child in front of your children, because your children are looking at you, the way you think, the way you plan, the way you talk, the way you deal with a situation, आप कैसे वो करते हो, उसके basis पे, that is how these children are then learning to be confident. So emulate, copy, copy, copy. It's not an exam. You can copy, right? Emulate the behavior of people around you who have accomplished something and who are feeling accomplished. Emulate the behavior and show that your children, if अगर आप एक parent हो और teacher ने अगर आपको बुलाया आपके बच्चे के साथ during an open day, and if a teacher is saying, your child is not doing well, your child is like this, your child is like that, how can you as a parent emulate that behavior? How can you emulate confidence? You can be quiet, not getting defensive. अरे हमने तो स्कूल में क्यों भेजा है, स्कूल में भेजा है, स्कूल का काम है बच्चे को पढ़ाना, अगर तुम नहीं पढ़ा सकते तो all that, right? That is not being confident. जोर से बात करना, चिल्लाना, झगड़ा करना, धमकी देना, that is not being confident. That is probably being the absolute opposite of being confident. Confidence, a confident parent would listen. A confident parent would ask more questions. A confident parent would try to understand in totality कि क्या हो क्या रहा है सिचुएशन में. A confident parent will not challenge the teacher's authority. A confident parent will not undermine the child. The confident parent will look to ensure that even through this example, through this environment, through this circumstance, through this experience, the confident parent will look at, मैं ये experience से क्या सीख सकता हूँ, मेरा बच्चा ये experiences से क्या सीख सकता है, मेरे बच्चे को ये एक्सपीरियंस से क्या सीखना चाहिए अपनी जिंदगी के बारे में. Those will be the goals. Even the teacher who's giving hard feedback about the child will feel good and will feel like, yes, a confident parent will bring an attitude or a culture or a climate of safety for the teacher as well, and will create a nurturing environment for the child as well, even if the child did not do well. That is what confident parents do. So think about it. Are you being a confident parent? आप क्या अपने बच्चों से बात करते हो? That is very, very important. Go ahead and use the chat box, ladies and gentlemen. I am, when you see me looking this side, that's because I'm looking at the chat box and, trying to see if there is something that I can help you process this information further. So the second thing is model confidence. And the third thing is, remember, it's about action and it is not about perfection. Remember, life is about progress, not perfection. अगर हम हमेशा perfection चाहिए, perfection, then you will not start anything. There is not a single chess champion who's never lost a game. There is not a single, race car driver who's not had a crash. There is not a single, let's say, motorbiker who's not had an accident, right? There's not a single lottery winner who's not lost a lottery. So you have to understand you will lose. You will not always win. It's about action. It's about progress. It's not always about perfection. Imagine your chapatis. It was not always round. Think about it. It is a process. And some of us are still in that process, right? And it is that simple joys of success that we want to experience and we want to show our children, right? And in making those things happen. So you don't need to be perfect. In fact, making mistakes is an important step in learning. आपको समझना है कि गलतियां अगर आप कर रहे हो मतलब आप कुछ नया कर रहे हो, अगर आप कुछ नया कर रहे हो मतलब आप कुछ नया सीख रहे हो, अगर आप कुछ नया सीख रहे हो तो फिर आप ग्रो कर रहे हो और आप प्रोग्रेस की तरफ जा रहे हो. एंड स्लोली एंड स्टेडली प्रोग्रेस विल build into successes, and that's how you will feel that like you're achieving. Listen, we need to understand that we cannot be perfect. We cannot be perfect. We also have to understand that we can be perfect and improving at the same time in the same breath. And that is when we start truly being kind to ourselves. Self love, compassion, acceptance, humility, अंडरस्टैंडिंग मैं कौन हूं, मैं कितना सिग्निफिकेंट हूं, मेरे वीकनेसेस क्या है, मेरे स्ट्रेंथ्स क्या है. Understanding these things, that is what we are talking about. And we are, yes, and Christine is saying it's about self appreciation, very honest self appreciation. And that, I think, these are the 3 tips for you, ladies and gentlemen, how you can develop experiencing success. Look at yourself, model confidence, action, not perfection. That is something that you want to do. The next important point is appraise your own self. Appraise your own self. आपको ये देखना है कि you have to be able to develop positive self-appraisal, which acts as the backbone of positive self-talk. That is important. Appraise yourself. Don't, अगर आप एक जॉब करते हो, you're so used to कोई और आपका काम का evaluate करेगा, कोई और आपको appraisal देगा. Oh, now you're doing well. Oh, now you should get a higher salary. Oh, now you should get more responsibility. You are waiting. You might be waiting for appraisal twice a year or once a year or once in 2 years. Learn to appraise yourself. And your appraisal of yourself will impact your positive self-talk. And self-talk is what you say to yourself, is your combination of beliefs. It's the way you approach life's obstacles. It could be positive, it could be negative. Dr. Ajit, do you feel that there is something you can share with our wonderful parents about positive self-talk or self-talk in general?
Yes. See, confidence basically evolves from the basic factor called what we talk to ourselves. A lot of time we discount it because it is something that comes from our subconscious. And what is in the subconscious come from what we think, believe, or talk about with ourselves or others when in whatever actions we do. And whatever we do in the conscious mind over a period of time goes into a subconscious, and that is what driving us automatically. So we have to be very careful what is the kind of self-talk that we are actually undertaking, even when it is not in your control. So self-talk could be, I can do it, I will do it if I really want to do it. These are all self-talks. And it gives you a perspective on where you stand with what you actually want to achieve. So the more positive self-talk that you do determines how confident and how successful you and your children be. As Willie sir said, parents are the models. So you cannot expect your child to keep on doing self-talk, I can do it, I will do it, I am successful. But first of all, you as parents should show through your own behaviors, which actually originate from the self-talk that you do within yourself, your subconscious mind. So that's what Willie sir will continue with whatever is the remaining part of it, because we have got just half an hour to do and we have to do so much.
So how do you increase the appraising right? कि आप अपने आप को self evaluation आप कैसे करते हो? So Dipti is saying, I sing with confidence. I sing when my confidence grows. I say, Dipti, you've done a good job. Great, Dipti. I'm glad to hear these things, because these are things that everyone can do and these are things that everyone should do. So how do you appraise yourself well? आप अपने आप को कैसे appraise करोगे? First, describe what you see. Describe what you see, not what you think, or not what you want, not what you want to see. जो दिख रहा है उसको describe करो. Pre-create a daily, weekly, personal action framework to evaluate yourself. देखो, गेट सीरियस. जब मैं एक पार्टी प्लान करता हूं, मेरे फैमिली में कभी कभी पार्टी होता है, 10 15 20 25 लोग आते हैं, मैं तो एक एक्सेल शीट खोल के बैठता हूं, इतने सारे लोग हैं, इतना ग्राम ये जाएगा, इतना ग्राम ये जाएगा, और सब लोग मेरे पे हंसते हैं. बोलते हैं ये ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है, बट दैट्स द वे आई एम. मैं प्लानिंग पे फोकस करता हूँ, एंड आई डू दैट. एंड इवन 25, 30, 40 लोग मेरे घर पे अगर आते हैं, एंड इफ आई क्रिएट ए बुफे फॉर देम और इफ आई क्रिएट फूड फॉर देम, मेरा वेस्टेज इज लेस देन 500 grams. और जब कोई और ये किया विदाउट एन एक्शन फ्रेमवर्क, विदाउट अ प्लान, विदाउट दिस प्रोसेस, ऐसे ही मैं सोच समझ कर करूंगा, ऐसे बात करते जैसे कि लॉन्ग 25 साल का शेफ का एक्सपीरियंस है, तब जाके 5-10 किलो का फूड वेस्ट होता है. सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू इज वी नीड टू हैव एन एटीट्यूड ऑफ लर्निंग. वी नीड टू हैव एन एटीट्यूड ऑफ सेइंग ये जो प्रॉब्लम है, मैं पहला इंसान नहीं हूं इस दुनिया में ये प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए. देयर इज ऑलरेडी somebody who solved this problem. There is a way, there is a method, there is a success framework, there is an action plan that has worked. और मुझे वो पता करना है और मुझे उसके हिसाब से वो कॉपी करना है और इम्प्रोवाइज करना है और रिफाइन करना है एंड ओन करना है. दैट इज समथिंग वी नीड टू डू. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, एनालाइज व्हाट यू सी. जो भी आप देखते हो आपके लाइफ में about yourself, right? Because we are talking about how आप self evaluation करोगे. ठीक है? So self evaluation करने के लिए first describe what you see. जो है वो है. Honest, truthful look. Okay? Next, analyze what you see. जब on the basis of the framework list all the resultant actions. देखो मुझे ये दिख रहा है, right? And you got to analyze it. Was it good? What is not good? Because you're talking about yourself. Yes, you need to have compassion and self-love and acceptance, but you should also have integrity and courage to call a spade a spade. There are people who are lost, who just feel that they can get something done. They don't describe what they see, and they certainly don't analyze what they see. They're living in dreams, just an imagination, and you want to be careful. And the next thing is judge what you see. Judge what you see. My mother, as I was growing up, always told me, don't fool anybody. As a child, my mother used to tell me, don't fool anybody. किसी को उल्लू नहीं बनाना, किसी को cheat नहीं करना. Don't fool anybody. I'm like, okay, mom, thank you, bye. Wait. Don't fool God. I'm like, wow. Okay, don't fool God. Okay, I won't fool God. Fine. And I'm like, okay, bye, mom. Can I go to school? Wait. Don't fool yourself. And that was very powerful for me. Because as a child, all through school, I never understood how can you fool yourself. I understood. As a child, I can understand that I cannot fool God. Okay, God ko fool nahi karna. That I understood. I understood God as a child, but I did not understand self as a child. I understood don't fool your neighbor, don't fool this and don't fool that, but I couldn't understand what it means not to fool yourself. And for 10, 15, 20 years, as I was growing up, my mother always told me this: don't fool yourself, don't fool God, and don't fool others. Many at times we live our entire life fooling ourselves. Husbands who are lost end up fooling themselves and create problems with families. Wives who may be lost may be fooling themselves, and then you'll be creating problems for everybody else. So think through about these things. These are all things that are going to develop your confidence level. Judge what you see. Now, as a third party makes judgments on what is done right and wrong, you need to judge. मैंने ये situation कैसा किया? How did I experience this situation? What did I do? How can I do it better? If I get an opportunity again, how can I do? As a parent, if I was going to be a parent again, how would I parent my child? If I had the opportunity to marry my wife again, what would I do differently this time? If I went to school again, what would I do differently this time? Having such conversations and evaluations with oneself, I think, is a very empowering situation to be in. The next point, ladies and gentlemen, very, very important point, I think one of the last points that we're talking about today, is surround yourself with positive role models. Surround yourself with positive role models, ladies and gentlemen. What this means is that you create people around you who are positive role models in your life, who are smart, who are intelligent, who are here, who understand their purpose. उनमें focus है, उनमें clarity है. Not people maybe in your same building or in your same this or in your same that. Create, pick and choose your life. आप अपना लाइफ देखो आज. टेक एन ऑनेस्ट लुक एट योर लाइफ. आप क्या कर रहे हो आपकी जिंदगी में? आप what are you achieving in your life? What are your successes? And you will then see that it is going to be similar to the 5 people in your life that you're spending maximum time with. It is going to be around that much only. The 5 people in your life that आप maximum time आप spend करते हो, उनके साथ उनकी तरह ही आजू बाजू में ही आपका लाइफ चल रहा है. Both in terms of intellectual thought and in terms of maybe financial thought and social accomplishments. Think about it. You can create positive role models within your environment and within your life. And that is something that you need to think about. Surround yourself with positive role models. Surround yourself. Get up in the morning, open your eyes, you should see a positive role model. That's how you will build confidence, because you will also see them doing well in life and you will be able to emulate them. You will be able to judge yourself and your own actions. And you will have people who genuinely want you to grow. So how? This is a very important thing. How do you surround yourself with positive role models? आप अपने life में ये positive role models कहाँ से लाते हैं? Diti is talking about influence. Yes, influence matters. That is, very, very critical. Who are you getting influenced by? Who are you influencing? These are things that one has to be very careful about. So the first thing is identify what makes somebody positive. Positive does not mean happy every time, all the time happy. No, that is not what positive means. That's a very shallow definition of what positive means. The best way to do that is to find commonality between you and him. आप अपने friend circle में देखो ना. Find out in your friend circle. Find out in your sphere of influence, in your circle of influence. Who is it, that is positive? Who has these positive feelings, or who's doing really well? Find out the commonality between them. Go by wavelength. क्या आपका wavelength match होता है? And remember, positive people will respect your individuality and encourage growth and flourishing. Don't think that positive people accept whatever you do. Oh, you want this? Oh, very good. Oh, this is your idea. Oh, very good. Oh, great. No, flattery. No. Positive people will encourage your individuality. आपके अंदर जो अनोखा चीज है उसको लोग encourage करेंगे. And they will want you to flourish and they will want you to enhance their growth. But find the commonality, definitely. Find the commonality and maintain your individuality. That is something that you want to do. The next point is join the mastermind group. आपको एक group बनाना है. देखो आप अपने क्लास में आपके फ्रेंड्स के साथ you have a group of people. जब मैं स्कूल में था, जब मैं एक स्टूडेंट था, I remember this boy अबीश एंटनी. कभी भी होमवर्क नहीं छोड़ा है. जितना भी होमवर्क देता था, he would always do that homework. That was my mastermind group. I had another fellow whose name was Jaysha. He always knew the answers. That was my mastermind group. There was another boy in my school, St. Augustine School in Vasai. He would read all the Enid Blyton books, all of them. And I knew that ये लड़का जोएल पढ़ के आएगा, मुझे भी पढ़ना है. Those were mastermind groups for me. Create mastermind groups for you. आप अपना खुद का mastermind groups बनाओ. And find out and I would say the focus of that has to be growth and development. Not just time pass, not just parties in the evening in local pubs. Think about what you're doing, and that's what you want to do. Make an effort to connect with people who inspire you. Make an effort to connect to people who inspire you. The quality of a person's life is most often a reflection of the experiences of their peer group. Think about that, right? It's like a game of cricket or football. It's about the team. It's about the team. You can join one or you can create one. Go ahead. There are so many apps. There are meetups. Create positive mastermind groups for yourself and your life is going to change. Okay, that is something that you want to think about. And the last point is perform regular audits. Perform regular audits. आपको audit करना in order to surround yourself with positive people. अगर आपको लोगों के साथ positive लोगों के साथ आपको surround करना है, then these are going to be people who challenge you. Not हाँ पे हाँ मिलाएगा आपके साथ. They will challenge your thoughts, and based on that, right, you have to remove yourself from situations or from people who are this, who keep you the same or the worse, because your job is to always grow, and growth and progress is what you are looking for. So Dr. Ajit, would you like to very quickly give a nice little summary of our talk today?
Yeah. So today, I think Willie sir has talked to you all about how to make yourself and your children confident. It takes only 4 simple steps. The first thing is know what you are or where you stand. The second step is you need to enjoy every experience that comes in your pursuit for your higher level of confidence. Don't worry about the destination, worry only about the journey that you are undertaking, because when you build small success over all this way, you automatically become successful when you reach the end of your destination. Third thing is that you have to, all through this, you have to manage your self talk. That is what you talk to yourself. I can do it, I will do it, I am capable. All these are different ways of doing positive self talk, and this also motivates you to do better and better as days go by. And finally, you have to create a mastermind group, that is people of similar aspiration, similar successes, and similar efforts to achieve higher level of confidence and success. It's all looks very easy for us to tell you. Why it's easy is because we do it every day. For many of the parents, you may find that all this is easy to do, but how do I do it? So, Willie Broad is thinking of starting a major initiative that basically makes them, and he will announce it at a later point of time, where he will be helping all of you to achieve higher level of confidence and success. Back to Willie Broad George.
Go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and tell us if you have any questions from today. क्या आज के साथ आज का कोई questions है? Use the chat box, and I really hope that we can start making our children really, really confident, and you can become confident as well. Remember, this is a game of consistency. This is not an on-off switch. This is a life of nurturing. This is a slow burn. This is a test match. This is a marathon. This is not like a little, quick thing. So I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you enjoyed thoughts from Dr. Jeet and from myself. And this is our 55th talk. More than 5,000 parents have attended our talks. Next week, we have something very exciting for you, and we hope that you will be able to attend that particular session as well. Please remember that we have a wonderful program called NOLI, and that is for children. Yeah. And this is the website. It's called NOLI. It's called NOLI, KNOWLLI.com. NOLI.com, right? And we have a very beautiful project for children, and it is a way that children can explore their world, teach other children about their world, and learn from other children about their world. So this is going to help develop their global knowledge as well as their confidence. It's a page called NOLI, KNOW for no, and then LLI. And if you go to Facebook or Instagram, and if you put in hashtag NOLI, if you put in hashtag NOLI, then you will get all the information about NOLI. Once a week, every Thursday, we have a session called Adventures of NOLI, and children run that session. We have a Facebook group, which is called facebook.com/groups/NOLI. And this is for children, and this is all free. Everything is free, yeah? And this is for children. So you can take NOLI. Let me see if I can show you what NOLI looks like. This is what NOLI looks like. This is an example of NOLI. Of course, this is a printout that we have. but then we can get you Noli on your phone, and then you can take Noli with you, and children can show Noli, places around wherever they live, and they can post it to Facebook, and then other children can see those photographs and learn from these children. And once a week, ये बच्चे फिर online आते हैं for Adventures of Noli session, and they share about their world. So, to teach is to learn twice. This was going to help build their confidence. And our goal is to send Noli around the world to all the countries of the world over the next 1 year. So I really hope that you will be able to go online and you will be able to find more information about Noli. See you next week. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.